Hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream for the watch along of the main race here at the Hungarian Grand Prix, the 39th Formula 1 World Championship Grand Prix here at Hungaroring. We have 45 seconds until there's green lights and the cars start rolling for the formation lap. Just a quick rundown of the grid before the start of the formation lap. It's Lando Norris who starts on pole position for the third time in his Formula 1 career with his teammate Oscar Piastri alongside him, and these two making the youngest ever front row lockout in Formula 1's history. Further back we have Max Verstappen who is starting third but is eyeing for the victory here for the third year in a row. Then we have Carlos Sainz who said that it's the Ferrari's best performance that they can get is fourth position. Then there is the last race winner Lewis Hamilton starting in fifth place. A very disappointed Charles Leclerc starts sixth, followed by Alonso, Stroll, Ricciardo and Tsunoda, who had a great crash at the end of the Q3 session. Further back we have Nico Hülkenberg, who has scored points in the last couple of races, will look to score points this race as well. Then we have Valtteri Bottas, Alex Albon, Logan Sargent and Kevin Magnussen. Perez, who is starting 16th, had a huge crash in Q1 and was knocked out. Russell saying it's his mistake, the team saying it's their mistake, so collectively we can say that it's an combined mistake which causes Russell to start P17. Then we have Zhou Guanyu, who is considered a master on Hungaroring, is starting P18. Then the two Alpines are P19 and Pierre Gasly, who is starting from the pit lane as he has taken some power units components and will start the race from the pit lane. So the formation lap is underway and the possible race strategies, it's a two-stop, a slam dunk two-stop because track temperature somewhat around 40 degrees Celsius. So the expected strategy is a two-stopper with a medium medium or a medium hard. So we'll keep an eye which drivers are starting from which tire compounds, and because strategy important key here, we all know Hungaroring one of the hardest track on the current calendar for overtaking. So lap 1 turn 1 possibly one of the best chances for anyone to take their victory. So yeah, the main question arises here is in my mind, it's Lando Norris P1, Oscar Piastri P2. That's great for McLaren, but what headache they have is Oscar Piastri hasn't won a race yet and Lando Norris has only won one race in his career. So Oscar will be eyeing on his first race win while Lando will be trying to just cut down a little bit of Max's championship lead. So McLaren definitely will need to sort out the inter-team battles there between Norris and Piastri. As I said, turn 1 possibly one of the most crucial turns of this season because whoever leads into turn 1 and turn 2 has the upper hand unless and until it doesn't rain, which is very unlikely because it's scorching hot here at Hungaroring. 30 degrees Celsius the air temperature, 45 degrees Celsius the track temperature, and current driver standings, Max Verstappen is leading by 84 points. So yeah, that's quite a huge lead, but Lando Norris certainly will try to win today and claw down that lead as much as possible. Then in third position we have Charles Leclerc, who at one point was looking to even challenge for the championship, but Ferrari have fallen off a cliff in the past few weekends. Then it's Sainz and Oscar Piastri rounding out the top 5. As we see the leader Lando Norris rounding out the final corner and lining up on the grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Before the start of the race, thank you very much everyone who are tuned in. Your support really means a whole world to me. So please don't forget to like the stream, subscribe the channel, all that good stuff. It really helps and motivates me a lot to make this kind of live stream. As here on screen we see Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who previously today won the F2 feature race and has even solidified his point of getting a Formula 1 seat the next season. So yeah, the last car of Esteban Ocon arriving on the grid. We all know Pierre Gasly starting from the pit lane because of power unit changes. So yeah, Max Verstappen on medium tires. Most of the drivers will prefer the medium tire because it's easy to warm up and quite durable as well. So drivers landing on the grid, 1 2 3 4 5. It's lights out and away we go. And Lando Norris has a great start. Oscar Piastri had a weak start, but Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris going wheel to wheel into turn 1. Lando Norris just goes off Oscar Piastri. There is Max Verstappen trying to go on the outside. Max Verstappen tries to overtake Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri on the outside. Runs wide onto the dust goes Max Verstappen, who is leading. Oscar Piastri now leads the Hungarian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen up to P2. Now Lewis Hamilton trying to overtake Max Verstappen here. Verstappen pushes Hamilton wide, and it's Oscar Piastri who is the leader. Then it's followed by Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Lewis Hamilton set us down to P4. Carlos Sainz loses a couple of places. He's down to P7. But boy, that was a start from Lando Norris. Sorry, Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri had the perfect launch. Lando Norris in the second phase of the start had a great gear of shifts. Okay, Piastri non studio. Okay, Norris saying the team that Oscar Piastri needs to give the position back, but I don't think Oscar Piastri will be listening to any of it. But yeah, as I was saying at the start, Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, almost similar at the lights out. Then Lando Norris had a little bit of advantage over Oscar Piastri as the guest rolled out, but Oscar Piastri kept his foot in, kept his nose in, and into turn 1 just went for a dive bomb and took the lead. For one moment I even thought that Max Verstappen might take the lead because he tried to go around the outside, similar to what George Russell did in Barcelona a few weeks ago. But yeah, lap 1 of 70 done. It's Oscar Piastri who is leading the race, followed by Max Verstappen P2, Lando Norris P3, Lewis Hamilton was momentarily P2 drops down to P4. Charles Leclerc gaining 1 place, is currently P5. Launch radio. Okay, Lando Norris is saying his team that Oscar needs to give the place back. He's saying that Oscar went off the track and gained an advantage. But let's see what McLaren do here. But yeah, as I was saying, Lewis Hamilton had a great launch but was ran wide by Max Verstappen there and dropped a couple of places. Further down we go to Carlos Sainz is 7th, Lance Stroll 8th, Alex Albon, who had a great start, is running 9th. And yeah, a thing to notice here is everyone in the top 10 except Alonso, Stroll, Albon, Magnussen are running on the medium tires. Alonso, Stroll, Magnussen, Albon on the soft tires. So yeah, those 4 going for an alternate strategy. They will get the advantage at the start, but surely there will be some pain as the stint progresses. Further down we have the 2 V-Carbs losing a place each. Verstappen radio. Okay, it's the same. Norris is saying I was ahead at the apex, I need to get the place. Verstappen saying I was ahead at the apex, but no such reports from the FIA there, as Oscar Piastri starts lap 3 of 70 of this Hungarian Grand Prix. As I was saying, the soft runners have gained quite a bit here. We can see Daniel Ricciardo, who was 9th, has lost 2 places. So has Yuki Tsunoda. But yeah, as I said in the F2 feature race we saw, the soft tire is good at the start, but as soon as the race progresses, the soft tire starts to fall off a cliff. As here we see the 2 Spaniards battling for P6. Carlos Sainz with DRS on medium set of tires compared to Alonso's softs, but has a much better Ferrari and moves up into P6. As we see Nico Hülkenberg into the pit lane. I think he might have some front wing damage because of the first lap incident. That's not ideal for Haas and Hülkenberg, who have been in great form for the past few 2 races. Noise video. Okay, so the engineer Will Joseph of Lando Norris is convincing him that yeah, Verstappen gained a position off the track and he will give you the place back. And I agree to Lando's point quite a bit. I will just try to explain you guys what happened. Imagine turn 1, we all know it's a right-hander. Lando Norris starting on the left hand side, Oscar Piastri on the right hand side, because we all know the pole has a bit of disadvantage starting from the left hand side. So yeah, Norris on the left, Piastri on the right. Piastri Norris having equal great starts, and at the apex of turn 1 they both were like almost nip and tuck into turn 1's apex. But then there was Max Verstappen, who was trying to steam round the outside of everyone, ran wide, and then in doing so Lando Norris compromised his race line because he was trying to look. Oh, Verstappen radio. Okay, Max Verstappen has been said to let Lando Norris by. Oh, so that's good. Max Verstappen has been said to let Lando Norris by. Let's see what Max Verstappen does here now. Okay, Verstappen is not happy at all, and there you go. Max Verstappen lets pass Lando Norris, and Lando Norris now moves up into P2. So as I was explaining, Max Verstappen went off the track, took a slingshot. Like, understand this, Max Verstappen went off the track, took a greater road, took a greater exit speed, and overtook Lando Norris, which is illegal under the regulations of the FIA. But Max Verstappen, as soon as he gave the place back to Lando Norris, is all over the back of him and will look to overtake Lando Norris in the next possible opportunity. Because currently, looking at the timing boards, Oscar Piastri is already 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, which means McLarens are definitely the teams to beat this weekend. So if Verstappen radio. Okay, Max Verstappen, being savage Max Verstappen, is saying that the McLarens drove him off the track and that's why he gained an advantage, which was quite fair under according to him. But according to me, from the third point of view, it was definitely leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So yeah, as I was saying, Verstappen giving the place back to Norris, but now has DRS in the run down to turn 1. Let's see if he can overtake Norris or not. There you go, DRS open for Max Verstappen as Lando Norris sets the fastest lap of the race. Gap 8 tenths, 7 tenths, 6 tenths, but he can't get anything closer than 3 tenths because we all know it's almost 700 meters turn 1. Then we have another DRS zone down to turn 2. Max Verstappen again not able to overtake Lando Norris here. So as I was saying, look at the timing screens. Oscar Piastri already is 2.5 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Let's take a look at the race restart again. There is a replay on the screen, so I will explain you guys. Lando Norris had a great launch, but then Oscar Piastri, by the barest of all margin, was able to put his nose in around the inside. Then Lando Norris pushed him all the way around the inside, squeezed him off, and then there is Max Verstappen round the outside with the best line. But there's Oscar Piastri running Lando Norris wide, and Lando Norris runs Max Verstappen wide. Then there's the wily old Lewis Hamilton trying to pick up the scraps and move into P2. Okay, onboard from Lando Norris, it will be much more clearer now. Lando Norris had a great start trying to squeeze Oscar Piastri, but Piastri already was in the inside. Late braking from Piastri. We all know the turn 1 is a right-hander, so Piastri had the advantage. Runs Norris a bit wide, a bit hard racing, but hard and fair racing there for Piastri. Then there's Max Verstappen going off the track and gaining an advantage. So yeah, I definitely agree that it was going off the track, gaining an advantage, and Verstappen did a great thing, giving the place back to Norris. Lap 6 of 70 now, and as we can see on the screen, a white dot next to Verstappen's name, which means he still is within DRS range of Lando Norris, but is not able to overtake, we all know. So yeah, main thing today is, guys, the track temperatures are close to 50 degrees Celsius, which means the tires will be getting warmer much more than regular races. But a disadvantage for Max Verstappen here is he's running in the turbulent air of Lando Norris here. Like, he's almost tucked in. The gap currently is 6 tenths, so 6 tenths is nothing in Formula 1 standards. So he's right behind the dirty air of Lando Norris, and the dirty air will be cooking Max Verstappen's tire, and which will not be good for his strategy, because we all know it's a 2-stopper. A 3-stopper is quick around here, like comparatively a 3-stopper is a good strategy, but we all know Hungary is one of the hardest track on the current calendar to pass. So yeah, Verstappen needs to control himself here, because if he is too aggressive at the moment, then he will definitely lose a lot as the stint progresses. Further back, let's focus a bit more behind from the top 3. Lewis Hamilton is doing okay, I would say. Not as quick as he was in Silverstone, but he's only 1.4 seconds behind Max Verstappen at the moment. So maybe a tiny little mistake from Max, and Lewis is all over the back of him. So yeah, Mercedes having decent pace here. Charles Leclerc had a great start, gained a position, is almost very close to Lewis Hamilton there. So yeah, the Ferrari, the Red Bull, the Mercedes almost at similar pace. I think the McLaren is a bit more faster than the 3 teams, as into the pits comes the soft runners. I said, you guys, the softs is not the way to go this weekend. The track temperatures are almost similar to an oven, so all the soft runners just after lap 7 are into the pits. So these soft runners have given a great reference to the others to not to pit on the soft tires, because at max these soft tires can do not more than 10 laps, because heavy fuel loads, high temperature, high tire pressure load, the soft is not a good race tire. That's clear for now. As let's focus back to Oscar Piastri is maintaining that 2.5 second lead. I thought that Lando Norris might be able to claw back as we gain a subscriber. Thank you very much there, it really means a lot. As I was saying, we focus on Oscar Piastri. I thought that Oscar Piastri might be under pressure from Norris as the race progresses, but as seen from now, Oscar Piastri is doing a great job managing his tires well. But the main thing here is, guys, if you have been following Formula 1 for the past few seasons, like from 2023, a main drawback for Oscar is that he's quite aggressive on his tires. Being more aggressive on tires is a two-sided sword. The advantage is that at the start you can gain a lot of advantage, like Oscar is gaining at the moment, pulling like almost 2.5 seconds in a lap or so. But the disadvantage is that as the stint progresses, your tires start to overheat a lot, and the tires overheating means that they lose performance. And as the tires lose performance, that's it. It's game over. You need to pit as soon as possible. So yeah, let's see. Has Oscar Piastri changed his driving style a bit? I hope he has, because I will be one of the many persons, like I am sure there are many people who are rooting for Oscar to win his first race. We have had 6 race winners this season, both the Mercedes, both the Ferraris, Norris and Verstappen. If Piastri wins today, he will be the 7th winner of this season. And boy oh boy, who would have thought? At the start of the season, after Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, I saw literal comments on every channel that season is over, it's Verstappen dominance like 2023, it's even worse than 2023, but here we are. Six different winners in the last 12 races, and I think 4 winners in the last 6 races. Formula 1 at the absolute peak, 4 teams fighting for the race win here. Yeah, that's it. Let's focus back onto the race. 8 laps done into this Hungarian Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri, last lap gained by about 2 tenths over Lando Norris. Lando Norris gained by about 2 tenths over Max Verstappen. So yeah, the McLaren definitely had the pace advantage here. But Lewis Hamilton, who is currently running P4, is kind of a specialist around this track, is to be honest, because we all know after Silverstone, he has won the most amount of races here, that is 8 races. Currently 1.2 seconds behind Max, 1.3 now. Last lap, he was half a tenth faster than Max Verstappen, so yeah. Mercedes definitely a lot more quicker in the race stream as compared to they were in the qualifying run. As here we focus on George Russell, started the race in 17th, as I said, had a qualifying error from his and the team side. Is with DRS trying to overtake the previous Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas. Behind George Russell, there is Sergio Perez. And boy, the talks about Sergio Perez are never ending. As we talk about Sergio Perez and he sets the fastest first sector of the race, that's quite great. 4 tenths faster than the leaders. I think Perez is starting to cook now. Yeah, a thing to notice here is Perez is starting on a set of hard tires, while the others behind him are a set of medium tires. So after a few laps now, Perez will have a slight tire advantage, because you all know the medium degrades a lot faster than as compared to hards. But yeah, as I was saying, talking about Sergio Perez, the talk never ends. At the start of the season, people were a bit judgmental, like, is he worth of that Red Bull seat or not? He got a couple of P2s, I think, P3 in China, then another P2, so at the start was working wonders for Checo. But as soon as the Formula 1 season has started, the European leg, similar to the last 2 seasons, Perez has fallen off a cliff, and boy, he has fallen hard this time. In the past few 2 seasons, he was like, okay, he's not winning, he's like 7th, 8th, 7th, 8th, 7th, 8th. But this season, he's crashing in almost every session and finishing out of the points in most of the races. Last season, it wasn't an issue for Red Bull, because if we see the standings, Max Verstappen alone himself was ahead of Mercedes in the constructor standings. But this season, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes are quick. Both of the drivers, Leclerc, Sainz for Ferrari, Norris and Piastri for McLaren, and Hamilton and Russell for Mercedes, are doing a top-notch job. And for Red Bull, who are not as quick as they were last season, it's only Max Verstappen who is bringing the points in. So yeah, Perez definitely needs to pick up his game, or else it's game over for Red Bull in the constructor standings. As simple as it can get, because the current gap is 80 points. But if the form continues, McLaren and Mercedes are gaining like almost 30 points every weekend. And on the other hand, Red Bull are gaining like 15 to 20 points thanks to Max Verstappen's brilliance. So within a span of 4 to 5 races, McLaren should take the championship lead. So Checo Perez definitely needs to up his game and at least score consistent points around 7 to 8 points per race is what the team demands of him. If not, his seat is under danger. We all know he has signed a 2-year contract with Red Bull, but we all know at Red Bull contracts are made to be broken, right? We have seen it with Gasly, we have seen it with Albon, Kvyat, Sainz, many more drivers. So yeah, if Perez doesn't perform, there are many drivers waiting. Like there's the like of Tsunoda, who is performing quite brilliantly, Ricciardo, who is favoured by Red Bull quite a lot, Liam Lawson is an outside chance, but still a great talent in his name. Also, the likes of Isaac Hadjar are almost at the cusp of breaking it into Formula 1. So if Perez doesn't up his game, we might not be even shocked to see Perez not make it to the end of the season, because we saw it last year with Nick De Vries. Red Bull fired him even before the summer break. So I will say Belgium will be the last chance for Checo. If he does well there, he is safe, or else I think we might see a new face at Red Bull after the end of the summer break. But back to racing, we'll talk about Checo Perez in the further live streams and further part of the stream. But yeah, back to racing now. It's Oscar Piastri who is still the leader, which is quite great to be honest, because I literally really admire Oscar a lot. The main thing about his driving, you all guys would agree, is his calmness. This boy is absolutely calm on the radio. You listen his radio. If he's even being crashed, he will say, "Ah, guys, I crashed. I'm okay." That's it. From the likes of Verstappen and all those drivers, "Ah, frick, I have crashed" and all that stuff. But Oscar Piastri definitely the calmest boy on the radios there, and is okay. So pit window is now open. The pit window for a two-stop strategy. Sorry, pit window for two-stop strategy. The medium hard and hard strategy, not the medium hard and medium strategy. The medium hard pit window is now open, and it's like the game of who blinks first. If anyone from the top 5, I will say Carlos Sainz is a bit further adrift, 4 seconds off Charles Leclerc. But if anyone from the top 5 pits, don't be shocked for the other 4 to pit as well, because we all know around this track, undercut is quite powerful. Almost worth 2 seconds per lap is undercut here, because as I said, the tires are cooked almost by now. Most of the front and the most amount of stress is on the front left tires because of the long right handers. So the front lefts would already have been cooked by now. So anyone who pits into the top 5, the others will follow them as well. Oscar Piastri has the luxury as he has a gap of 3.2 seconds, but the likes of Verstappen and Hamilton and Leclerc are under serious threat of being undercut from the drivers behind. Lap 12 of 70, Oscar Piastri is leading 3.2 seconds. Lando Norris for the 2.4 second side of Max Verstappen. So yeah, as I said, McLaren clearly have an upper hand here. Verstappen is driving good. I think he's driving the absolute maximum that Red Bull can do, but still is not able to make any inroads on the McLaren side. Further behind we can see Lewis Hamilton, who is just about staying within touching distance of Max Verstappen there. 1.2, 1.1 seconds is a constant gap between those two. Charles Leclerc again doing great job this weekend after being, I don't like this word washed, but he was lapped 3 times in the last 4 races. Is doing a brilliant job here, staying within 8 tenths of the leader, 1.6 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Carlos Sainz I think has picked up some damage because he's running 4 seconds behind the likes of his teammate, which is quite unexpected here. Then we can see Lance Stroll, who is running on a set of soft tires, and I will say softs might start to fall off very soon, because it's around like lap 10 or lap 11 you should box to change the soft tires. Further back we can see Yuki Tsunoda gaining some places thanks to others making pit stops around him. Then we have Valtteri Bottas running in points P9. Kick Sauber haven't scored any point this season. Then George Russell rounds up the final point swing position. But great news, as I was saying about Sergio Perez, he is doing well today. It's like quite out of the box, because in the past few races we have saw Sergio Perez is not able to make the move up the field after he has qualified lower in the lower half. But today Sergio is doing a great job. Currently is P11 and is putting George Russell under all sorts of pressure. As I said, if you have been tuned in for the most part of the stream, the medium tires of Russell have now definitely seen the best, but the hearts of the Sergio Perez are much non-studio. Okay, in the meantime, thank you very much for the subscription there. Lando Norris being informed that we need to focus on Verstappen there. We need to open the gap as much as possible, because currently gap behind is 2.9 seconds, which I will say is out of undercut range from Max Verstappen. If you guys are new, just for your reference, I will say you guys in a minute what is undercut. Undercut is basically, let's for example take Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. They are second and third respectively, and it's time to make the pit stops. So if it is Max Verstappen who makes the pit stop earlier than Lando Norris, so what will happen is Lando Norris is running on the old set of tires, while Max Verstappen will be on a new set of tires for 1 lap extra. And because of the new set of tires, Max Verstappen will be able to lap the track much faster than what Lando is able to do on that old set of tires. And because of that advantage, for example, if you have a gap of 1.5 seconds, with the help of that fresh tires, Max Verstappen will be able to bring down that gap somewhere around to 0 seconds. So that's what undercut is: pitting before your rival, taking the advantage of the fresh set, and maybe trying to overtake him whilst they are in the pits. So yeah, Alonso radio. Yeah, Alonso complaining about the tires at the moment. Alonso is on a set of hearts, but he's currently not happy with the state of his car. Talking about Aston Martin, let's have a brief talk about them. Start of 2023, Aston Martin are absolutely in a league of their own. We all know Fernando Alonso getting podiums left, right, and center every race. The chat of Fernando getting the final much awaited 33rd win started to ramp up, but after the half summer break of the 2023, Aston Martin had definitely fallen off a cliff quite hardly. They are running 13th and 16th at the moment as well. So yeah, Fernando Alonso not the happiest person out there at the moment. And as we see Lance Stroll, who is under pressure from Daniel Ricciardo, who was running P8, was behind Lance Stroll. So yeah, Daniel Ricciardo, after pitting much earlier than Lance Stroll, still is not able to get the undercut done. So great stint there from Lance Stroll. Is able to keep up ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, and after all the round of pit stop, I think Lance Stroll might get up to provisional P8. Give me a moment, guys. I will just plug in the charger to my device. I am back, guys. Thank you for the patience. My phone was like at 1% and I need to rush to bring the charger. So yeah, I think I have missed nothing, right? Yeah, I have missed nothing. It's Lewis Hamilton in the pit. So yeah, as I said, you guys, it's time for the undercut saga. So be sure, I'm like quite sure Max Verstappen will be in the pits next lap, because if he stays out for too much long, then Lewis Hamilton with his first set of tires will be able to undercut Max and move up into P4. So yeah, let's see how Max P3 pardon me. So let's see how Max Verstappen responses here. Good stuff from Mercedes there. 2.3 second stops. Mercedes this season have been quite great with the pit stops, to be said. Okay, as we talk about the pit stops, Kick Sauber 2.8 still good from the standards. The standards of 10-11 seconds. Oh, noise radio. Okay, it's hammer time for Norris. Norris has been said to drive as fast as possible. I said, you guys, if one of the top 5 runners boxes, the other 4 will box as well, as Lando Norris has been given to call to box and change his tires. It was quite imminent. We all knew it. The undercut is quite powerful on this track. Lando Norris comes into the pits. Lewis Hamilton has pitted for a set of hard tires. Let's see what Lando Norris goes on. As he locks up coming into the pits, trying to drive too fast, locks up into the pits. No worries there, because he will not have to drive on that set of tires anytime soon. Slow stop there from McLaren. 2.8 seconds, not the end of the world, fast and slow than what they were expected. As we can see on the screen, Lewis Hamilton absolutely flying out there, setting some crazy lap times, fastest sector 2 and personal best sector 3. So yeah, it's quite clear now, if Max Verstappen pits for a set of hard tires, he will be overtaken by Lewis Hamilton. Current gap between them is 18 seconds. A pit stop gap around Hungaroring is somewhat around 20 seconds. So the undercut working perfectly there for Lewis Hamilton. But I think Max Verstappen might be on an alternate strategy. So he's like, yeah, I'm not worried about Lewis. I'm looking forward to win the race. Let's see how the likes of Piastri, Verstappen and Leclerc react to the pit stop of Hamilton and Norris. Norris at the moment, Hamilton has set personal best first sector. Out at front, Oscar Piastri is doing lap times of 1 minute 24.2s. while his nearest rival Max Verstappen is on a 1 minute 24.66. So yeah, McLaren definitely have a huge and when I say huge, I mean huge pace advantage here over the likes of the Red Bulls or the Mercedes. As he into the pits comes Oscar Piastri, and I think Max Verstappen is staying out. Yeah, Max is staying out. So I think Max is on a one stopper here maybe. Into the pits comes Oscar Piastri. Let's see how the stop is. Oh, that's a slow stop again. 2.5. Good stop. Decent stop. I expected it to be 2.2 or 2.1. 2.5 second stop there from Oscar Piastri. So I will say you guys the power of undercut now. As soon as Piastri comes out, we'll keep an eye on the gap between Piastri and Norris, and it will be a clear indication of how powerful undercut is around this track. The gap between Piastri and Norris when Piastri pitted was around 3.5 seconds, and as Piastri comes out of the pits, the gap between Piastri and Norris is 2.6 seconds. So yeah, undercut definitely working beautifully there for Lando Norris. 2.5 is the gap now. So Norris almost gained a second and a half there over Oscar Piastri. As we can see the lap times between Hamilton and Verstappen. Verstappen's in a 124.6, Hamilton in a 123.3. So 1.5 tenths as a okay. I think I have been talking a lot about undercut, but this race is that's it. You don't see overtakings and crashes and red flags and yellow flags here because it's a purpose built slow racetrack. Like people even say it Monaco without the walls. So don't expect overtaking here. All we expect is great strategies, great pit stops, and if there's rain, something to get excited. But yeah, the strategy is the key here. Gap between Piastri and Norris now 2.2 seconds. So undercut definitely worth a second and a half per lap here. What is Max doing will be interesting to see. Max is still staying out. So yeah, it's clear that Red Bull are on a different strategy as compared to the likes of the McLarens and the Ferraris and the Mercedes. So yeah, let's see what Max Verstappen does here. I think maybe, just maybe, I'm thinking out of the box a lot. Maybe Red Bull might even go for a medium hard soft, or maybe a medium hard one stopper is definitely possible on this track. You need to nurse the tires a lot, but let's see what Max does here. Because the current gap between Hamilton and Verstappen 16.4 seconds. So if Verstappen pits and comes out, he will be almost 6 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. So Verstappen, by not pitting for 3 laps, has lost almost 7 to 8 seconds to Lewis Hamilton. As we see Lando Norris setting the fast personal best first sector of the race. So yeah, lap times definitely coming towards the McLarens and the Mercedes. What about George Russell? Yeah, I just noticed he's running comfortably up into P8, which is quite good. I know he hasn't made the pit stop yet, but still Russell and Perez are doing a great job here, running P8 and P9 respectively. Yuki Tsunoda is P7, while his teammate Daniel Ricciardo is kind of stuck in the traffic. Had a great qualifying, but I think chose the wrong strategy and is paying for it. Hamilton radio. Hamilton saying that this tire definitely has less grip. So yeah, definitely Hamilton not happy with the state of the current tire, as Lando Norris crosses the line, sets a lap of 1 minute 23.455. Oscar Piastri at 23.6, 2 tenths slower than his teammate. Lewis Hamilton, even after saying that he didn't have the grip, was 3 tenths faster than Piastri. So maybe double bluffing there from Lewis Hamilton, not sure. We all know the teams in Formula 1 like to double bluff a lot. As he is Fernando Alonso currently running in P12, trying to overtake Nico Hülkenberg and move up some places. As we are on lap 21 of 70 for this Hungarian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen is our leader. Charles Leclerc is running Leclerc radio. Think about plan C. Okay, so the Ferrari plans have started. Ferrari are thinking about plan C and Leclerc has copied. So maybe a one stopper there for Ferrari because they are showing some great pace. 24.5 for Leclerc, and no, it's not great pace. Sorry, I apologize. Hamilton and the likes of McLarens are gaining by almost a second and a half over Leclerc there. So second and a half, if we compare it to 15 laps they will be able to cover a pit stop. So definitely one stop is not the way to go. As Verstappen in the pits, Max finally pits now. So yeah, let's see what IC goes on. Carlos Sainz into the pits as well. Is it Sainz or Leclerc? I'm not sure because there are Ferrari mechanics definitely into the pit lane. Okay, Max Verstappen comes into the pit lane and so does Carlos Sainz. So Charles Leclerc now takes the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz are the ones to box. Let's see how much time they lose. Oh, that's a slow start from Max. 3 seconds there, almost losing 8 tenths to the likes of Norris and Hamilton. Sainz 2.5 gaining 5 tenths over Verstappen in the pit stop sequence alone. Let's see where does Max Verstappen filter out in all these pit stop gambles. As out of the pits comes Max Verstappen, out of the pits comes Carlos Sainz, and Max Verstappen 7 seconds. As I said, yeah, he almost lost around 9 seconds to Lewis Hamilton, but has an advantage of 6 lap fresher tires. So pitting late is a two-side sword. As I said, you have the fresher tires at the end, but have to pay the price at the starting. Let's see what Max Verstappen can do from here. Currently running in P5. Lewis Hamilton started from 5th, is running 4th. Great start from Lewis Hamilton. Oscar Piastri is 2nd, Lando Norris is 3rd, but it will be provisional 1-2 for McLaren. After Charles Leclerc, who is the only one I think on track who has not, okay, no, there are many drivers, but out of the front 5 runners, Charles Leclerc is the only driver who hasn't boxed. So yeah, McLaren should inherit the 1-2 as soon as the Ferrari boxes. But focusing on, okay, what happened? What happened to okay, and there was a timing screen glitch. I thought that Hamilton had just lost the place to Max Verstappen there, but it was nothing, just a glitch. So yeah, as I was saying, as the pit stop sequence passes, Charles Leclerc I think will drop somewhere around 8th or 9th in the Russell Sainz territory, and the two McLarens will inherit the 1-2 spot. But the thing to be appreciated about Oscar Piastri here is, even after all of the complaints that he is okay, just a confirmation for you, Max Verstappen's current hard tires is 5 laps younger than Lewis Hamilton, and 5 laps around this track is almost worth half a second at the end of the races. So yeah, keep it up. This is really good driving. Okay, I think Charles is definitely going for a one stop here. Oh my god, Charles, as I praised Charles Leclerc, he just takes a lot of curb, bounces over it, but yeah, nothing damage there for the Ferrari. Loses 3 tenths in one corner, but yeah, it's fine. No worries there for Charles Leclerc. And guys, I think it's the thing I fear. Charles Leclerc is going for the Hail Mary one-stop strategy, which I would say is the most worst strategy around this track. Let's hope he is able to drive those tires up until the end, because okay, Leclerc is set to box. Leclerc in the pits. If he is going for a one-stopper, he will need to drive 38 laps on a set of hard tires, which is quite difficult around this track. But let's see what the Ferraris have in store here. Maybe a soft tires at the end, who knows. As Charles Leclerc into the pits and Oscar Piastri sets the fastest lap of the race. Leclerc in the box, a bit overshooting the box, and that's a slow stop again. 3.2 second stop there for Charles Leclerc, so all the good work has been undone there. And there's a prediction from Lynn, who is predicting to be Norris, Verstappen and Hamilton. So if you are listening to this, I would like to ask what has happened to Piastri then, mate, because at the moment Piastri is doing a great job. Last lap he was 3 tenths quicker than Lando Norris and 5 tenths quicker than Lewis Hamilton. So yeah, Piastri is definitely doing a great job here, and I don't see him losing the race today unless and until he makes a mistake here. As we see here, Charles Leclerc coming out of the pits ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, behind Max Verstappen. So yeah, great strategies there from the Ferrari crew. They were like almost 4 seconds behind Max Verstappen, but pitting a lap late, have lost 2 seconds more, but doesn't matter because the Red Bulls and the Ferraris, McLarens are not their fight. They are fighting for P4 and P5 today, the Scarlet Red Ferraris. As here we focus on Lewis Hamilton's lap time. Lap 20, 21, 22, Hamilton gained marginally, but Piastri now picking up the pace and was 5 tenths faster, half a second faster than Lewis Hamilton on the previous lap. As it's lap 24 of 70 for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri, who started from P2, had a great start, took up the lead into turn 1, and ever since hasn't kept the lead, but yeah, provisionally has been P1 and has not let his teammate even have a sniff of getting the P1 there. Lando Norris, who is currently running in P2, followed by Lewis Hamilton, who gained a lot of position in the start and gained a position through the pit stop sequence, is running P3 and is just 2.3 seconds behind Lando Norris. So that's great signs from Mercedes there. A slight mistake from Norris or Piastri, and Lewis Hamilton is right up there sniffing for the race win. Max Verstappen, who was 7 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton after the round of pit stops, is now currently 5 seconds. So yeah, Verstappen definitely making some inroads there on Hamilton. Then it's Leclerc in 5th, Tsunoda running in 6th, Carlos Sainz 7th, and George Russell running in 8th place. But just for your confirmation, Yuki Tsunoda, George Russell, Sergio Perez and Pierre Gasly are the only drivers who haven't made a stop yet. As here we see Carlos Sainz overtaking George Russell quite easily. New hearts versus old hearts, new hearts for Sainz, old hearts for Russell. Never a competition there. Slam dunk move from Carlos Sainz, moves up into P7. So, in the meantime, thank you very much everyone for all your support. It really means a lot to me. It has been the best stream of the weekend till now. So yeah, even more than subscribing, I will be happy if you guys like the stream, because your every like helps the stream to reach hundreds and thousands of people. So yeah, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe the channel for further races. I'll be doing the live race commentary for all the races this season. So yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and let me bring a sip of water for me in the meantime. Oh, there I come. I came and I saw a subscriber increase. That's cute. Thank you very much for the support. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, just a confirmation for the Leclerc. I said that he needs to do 38 laps on a set of hards. Sorry, I was wrong. He needed to do a 48 lap stint on hard tires, which is almost impossible there. So, a one stop definitely out of the contention for most of the runners at the moment. As here is Fernando Alonso trying to make a move on Nico Hülkenberg for P11, which he has been trying to overtake for a lot of laps, but is unable to do so and stays in P11. Oh my god, Piastri is absolutely flying in front out there. Last lap, Piastri at 22.6, Norris at 23.0. So Piastri 4 tenths faster than his teammate. Lewis Hamilton at 23.3 and Max Verstappen at 22.7. So Max Verstappen, as I said, has now settled into the groove and is gaining lap by lap over Lewis Hamilton, who will dearly love to keep his place in third place. And I'm quite confident if Hamilton finishes on the podium today, it will be his 200th podium in Formula 1 history, which is quite crazy to think, because Lewis Hamilton has taken part in 300 races, 330 races if I'm not wrong, and has been on the podium for the 200 times if he is able to get the podium today. So that's quite a huge achievement from Lewis Hamilton. Is able to keep Max Verstappen at bay, because by the looks of at the moment, last lap Norris was almost 3 tenths faster than Hamilton. So Mercedes are definitely not as quick as the McLaren. So yeah, Hamilton will be more than happy he's able to get the third place and back-to-back podiums as we focus on the battle of Stroll and Hülkenberg now. Fernando Alonso, who is finally now able to overtake Nico Hülkenberg with DRS into turn 1. Now it's his teammate Lance Stroll who is putting Nico Hülkenberg under all sorts of pressure for the 12th place, which I think after the round of pit stops might be 7th and 8th for Aston Martin, who after having a tough triple header, we all know that they brought upgrades but which backfired them and made the car even slower. So yeah, getting 7th and 8th, I think it's 10 points will be a great moral boost for the team and everyone back at the factory. So yeah, as here we see Albon, we are now thinking we are going to have to plan B. Okay, so Alex Albon has been said by radio engineer that they are looking for a one-stop strategy, but Alex Albon clearly saying that his tires are dead and he won't be able to pull off a one-stop strategy here. So yeah, if I'm not wrong about the one-stop strategy races here, I think can we go back to Hungary 2019 or 2018? I'm not exactly, I think it was 2019. It was Hamilton versus Verstappen back then. We all know Max Verstappen was trying to stick it out on a one-stop strategy. Lewis Hamilton was almost on his gearbox for the most part of the race, but then Lewis Hamilton at the end moment, Mercedes decided to go for a two-stop strategy, and at the end Lewis Hamilton was able to win comfortably by 6 to 7 seconds. So from the past also, the references are clear that this stop is best and gets the best outcome when it's a two-stop strategy. Sorry. So I would say a one-stop strategy is a no-brainer here. So yeah, just a second. Yep, as I was saying, one-stopper is a no-brainer here. So I would like to suggest to Albon's strategists that please don't go for a one-stop here, or else you are completely washed. As Charles Leclerc now sets the fastest lap of the race. Oh, sorry. I thought, why is the voice echoing? And just a moment, give me a minute. Sorry for the interruption there. Had some work, but yeah. As I was saying, Charles Leclerc setting some great laps there. 20 to 3, 21 minute, 22.3 last time there from Leclerc. 20 to 9 from Sainz. So yeah, Ferrari definitely showing some great signs of pace here. As I was saying, one stopper is an absolute no-brainer disaster around this circuit. As here we see Max riding on board with Max Verstappen. Currently 2.1 seconds sitting behind Lewis Hamilton. I think he might be quite comfortable at the moment because he has fresher tires and definitely slightly much more advantage over Lewis Hamilton in terms of car performance there. So yeah, Max Verstappen looking the favorite here to take that final spot on the podium, because I would say it's a slam dunk McLaren 1-2 unless and until there is a anti-climax, maybe rain, maybe puncture or something like that. But at the moment it's looking to be a comfortable McLaren 1-2, and the fight for the last podium place might heat up at the end of the race between Hamilton, Verstappen and Leclerc. 30 laps then, 41 laps still to go. This race is boring as hell to say the least, because I'm quite bored at the moment. There's literally nothing happening. I'm just commenting about the lap times, the gaps, the one-stop strategy, the two-stop strategy. Nothing much to be seen here at the moment. No change in the lead whatsoever. Oscar Piastri instead is rather pulling lap in, lap out. Let's see what Norris lap time he does. Piastri at 23.0, Norris at 23.3. So Piastri gaining by 3 tenths on the previous lap. So I would say Piastri domination is not good for Formula 1 because it's quite boring, at least to say the least. So yeah. 5,909 subscribers at the moment, guys, and let me take a look at the like counter. Where do we stand? 6 likes, and we have had 1,000 views in this live stream. That doesn't suit, guys. Come on, hit that like button, press that subscribe button. Let's get to 10 likes at least. It will really mean a whole world to me. So yeah, back to racing, back to Hamilton v Verstappen. This duo just never stay away from each other, whether it's fighting for the win last weekend or fighting for the final podium place this weekend. Max Verstappen on the last lap 3 tenths faster than Max Verstappen and getting whatsoever close to overtaking Lewis Hamilton for that final podium place. As I said, Lewis Hamilton boxed his pit stop, stopped 5 laps earlier than Max Verstappen. So Verstappen currently has the tire advantage and a particularly car advantage as well over Lewis Hamilton. So we'll be trying to overtake Lewis Hamilton as soon as possible. As here is Sergio Perez on his set of medium tires, trying to overtake Kevin Magnussen around the inside with DRS. Easy move, but Kevin Magnussen comes for the switchback, but Perez has DRS and moves up into 11th place here. So good progress there for Sergio Perez, which I thought will not be able to make the most on this track, but is doing a great job till now. And starting 16th, currently 11th, and I think Tsunoda has stopped. Let me check. Yeah, everyone except Russell has stopped at the moment. So after Russell pitting, Sergio Perez will move up into P10. So yeah, great job there for Perez, and this is what Red Bull need from him. As I was saying, Red Bull just need consistent 5, 6, 10 points from Sergio Perez, and that's it. As here we take a look at George Russell's tire, and they are absolutely cooked. The front right is almost shredding, and so is the front left. But I think two stopper for Mercedes is not possible at the moment. So maybe, just maybe, Russell at the moment is going for a one stop. For a one stop to be possible, I think he will need to still do 5 to 6 laps more on this set of hard tires, and then pull off an absolute masterclass to do almost 35 laps on the set of medium tires. So yeah, one stop is very hard. Oh my god, only 2 viewers. What am I doing wrong? Thank you guys, I'm back, and as I say, in the meantime, a lot has happened. First of all, let's focus on the Hamilton Leclerc battle. Hamilton and Leclerc, who were battling with Max Verstappen. So the scene was Hamilton was third, Verstappen fourth, Leclerc fifth. Max Verstappen surely had an advantage over Lewis Hamilton, but we all know it's quite difficult to overtake around this track. So Verstappen has been stuck behind Hamilton for last 6 to 7 laps, and now Mercedes have pulled the undercut and will definitely be looking to pull away from Max Verstappen and get that podium place. Meanwhile, out at front, before I stop the commentary, okay, Piastri replay. Oh, there you go. As I was saying, Piastri had a huge advantage over Lando Norris, somewhat around 3.5 seconds, but then he made a mistake a few laps ago where he ran wide into at the exit of turn 11, picked up some dust, and has his lead of almost 3.5 seconds has now come down to 1.8 seconds. Still has a comfort there, Oscar Piastri, but not as comfortable as he was in the first stint of the race. Gap out at front 1.9 seconds. Last lap is quite okay. Max Verstappen definitely not happy on the radio. As I said, Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have boxed for a fresh set of mediums, for Leclerc and set of hards for Hamilton. And Verstappen is saying on the radio, "Why do you guys let me be undercut every time in the race and freak my race?" Because Verstappen, if he now pits, will come out behind Charles Leclerc, and as he comes out behind Charles Leclerc, he will need to overtake two drivers now, where previously he had to overtake just one to get up to the podium place. Now he will have to overtake two drivers to get up to the podium place. So yeah, Verstappen definitely not happy with the strategy stream down at Red Bull. But as I was saying, out at front, Piastri last lap 23.9, Norris last lap 24.1. So Piastri gaining by two tenths on the last lap. Max Verstappen is currently running third, but after the round of pit stops, he should fall down to 5th place. Then we have Charles Leclerc, who is running in 6th place, currently on a set of medium. Oh, we think. Okay, so Piastri being said on the radio that we will not stop to cover Hamilton, like cover Hamilton is Hamilton's undercut threat, because Piastri had almost 10 seconds gap in front of Lewis Hamilton, so McLaren can stop even after 7 to 8 laps and come out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Current gap between Hamilton and Verstappen 19.6 seconds. So yeah, if Verstappen boxes now and comes out of the pits, he will be behind Charles Leclerc. So a lot of work to do there for Max Verstappen to be able to get up to the podium places there. Further down we can see Sergio Perez. I think we need to praise him here, because he has been doing quite a great job today. We all know he started the race from P16, and in the past few races Sergio Perez has started the race from lower the grid, but has been unable to move up places. But in today's race, starting P16, Perez has moved up to P7, which is quite great for his future and for Red Bull's constructor standings as well. Sorry. At the moment, Red Bull are scoring 15 with Verstappen and 6 with Perez, 21 points, and McLaren are scoring 43 points with Piastri and Norris. So yeah, the lead of Red Bull will be cut down by 20 points today, but Red Bull need Perez to bring in such performances so that they can keep ahead in the constructor standings. Yeah, the pit stop battle at the moment. If Verstappen now pits, he will definitely come out half a second behind Charles Leclerc. So yeah, Verstappen definitely will now look for a strategy where he boxes around 20 laps before the end of the race, and then with the fresher tires will mount on a charge to overtake Leclerc and Hamilton. At the moment, gap out at front is slowly and steadily increasing now. Oscar Piastri, after making a few mistakes, has now increased the gap back to again 2 seconds. So even if Norris pits this lap, Piastri will have a lap to react to Norris and still come out in the lead of the race. So yeah, great luxury there for Oscar Piastri, who is looking good to take his first career race victory here in Formula 1. What a scene it will be. 7 winners in 13 races this season. Yes, you heard it right. 7 winners in 13 races. After the start of the season, after Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where we were like almost disheartened and we're saying it's over, Max Verstappen is gonna win every race this season, Red Bull are gonna win every race this season, and we are going to have the most boring season of the whole of all time. And here we are, of the likes of Norris and Hamilton and Sainz and Leclerc and Verstappen and Russell, and now can Piastri be the seventh one to be a race winner this season? Time will say that, as we have 25 laps to go in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Gap out at front 2.1. As here, let's take a look on Daniel Ricciardo's race. Ricciardo currently running in P12, trying to overtake Valtteri Bottas and locks up the brake, but still is able to do so and moves up into P12. I don't know exactly what has gone wrong with Ricciardo, because he started the race in P9. Yeah, let's agree that Stroll and Perez and Russell have overtaken him, and he should have fallen down to P11. But why is he behind Yuki Tsunoda? I'm not sure about it. So maybe some kind of issues there with Ricciardo's car. As we can see, he has already made his second stop and is long way off of the checkered flag, so we might need to stop again this race. So definitely not the race to be in for Daniel Ricciardo. Noise radio, box. Okay, so Lando Norris has been set to box, so Norris should be in the pits, because McLaren now think that if they stay out for too long, Lewis Hamilton, with his fresher set of tires, will be able to undercut Norris and take up the second place. And which is the last thing that McLaren want today, is to lose a 1-2 with a strategic blunder. They have lost the win in Canada because of a strategic error. They lost the win in Austria because of a driver error. They lost the win in Silverstone because of a strategic error. So McLaren have already lost 3 races this season and will not like to lose a 4th one. So Norris in the pits comes out ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Let's see what the gap is. Piastri radio. Okay, so Oscar Piastri has been said to give his absolute best, and this is the situation that McLaren have found themselves in, because if Norris does a great outlap, and if Piastri doesn't come in this lap, then there is even a possibility that Oscar Piastri might be overtaken by Lando Norris for the race win. So let's keep a close eye on Piastri, what he does here. Current gap to Norris from Piastri 20.7. Average pit stop lost time around Hungaroring is 20 seconds. As Lando Norris is currently on an absolute flyer of an outlap. Gap reducing at each and every corner. Gap now 20.7, 20.5, 20.1, 19.8. So Lando Norris is definitely giving it full beans. And if now Oscar Piastri comes into the pits, he's going to lose the race lead. So yeah, McLaren have definitely found themselves in a bit of weird situation here. What they do with Oscar Piastri? Do they stay out with him, or do they pit the next lap? They have stayed out for the current lap. So yeah, if now Oscar Piastri pits, he will come out behind Lando Norris. So well, all around the turntables. That's not a great news for Piastri at least, but a great hope for Piastri is Carlos Sainz, a great mate of Lando Norris. Norris will be hoping for some favors from Sainz there, who is currently just half a second ahead of him. So the main saving grace for Piastri here can be if Norris is able to hold up. If Sainz is able to hold up Lando Norris, then there are huge chances that Oscar Piastri is able to come out of the pits ahead of Norris. Other else, which we can say it's game over for Piastri. Let's focus what he does here. Gap 18.6. So yeah, Sainz definitely holding up Norris here. As well as Oscar Piastri coming out the final 2 corners. Let's see what he does. Carlos Sainz still holding up Lando Norris. Gap is 18.6. Sainz has been set to box, so has been Norris. Let's see what he does. Sorry, Piastri. As Oscar Piastri, the race leader, comes into the pits, and let's see where he pulls out. Into the pits. Slow down the car to 80 km per hour speed, pit lane speed limit, and go into a box clean and safely. Into the pits comes Oscar Piastri. There is Lando Norris coming on the final 2 corners. Let's see what happens now. Oscar Piastri, oh, that's a slow stop. 2.9, not what Piastri is wanting. Let's see where Piastri filters out. Norris is on the main straight. Piastri is in the pit lane. Lando Norris takes the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Wow. there will be some discussion now at McLaren. Lando Norris had stopped 2 laps earlier. Oscar Piastri's radio engineer said that you give us your best pace, and we have stopped too short on the first stint. Yeah. Okay. Hamilton is saying that they stopped too early for that first stint, which might cost him in the last stint. But let's discuss about Oscar Piastri. That's heartbreaking, to be honest, because Oscar Piastri, who has been driving flawlessly in this whole race, I don't know what McLaren thought of pitting Lando Norris before Oscar Piastri, and they even kept Piastri out on track for even an extra lap, so that Norris has increased his advantage, and the gap between Norris Piastri is 3.2. That's absolutely not right for Piastri, I would say. Norris radio. Oh, there is Piastri running wide. Piastri is definitely feeling the pressure now, trying to maximize every inch on the track. Oscar Piastri trying to maximize every inch of the track so that he can get up ahead of Lando Norris. But I still literally don't understand what McLaren team were trying to do with Piastri and Norris, because clearly, if you are two drivers running very closely to each other, the simplest strategy is, and they weren't even under pressure from anyone else. So what's the simplest strategy? Oscar Piastri pits, and on the next lap Lando Norris pits, because we all know undercut is around this track. Undercut is one of the strongest. So yeah, Oscar Piastri will be driving that car under all sorts of anger here, and will be trying to overtake Lando Norris to get his first race win. Yes, he hasn't. This kid, who has shown a lots of potential in Formula 1, hasn't even won a race yet. So yeah, Piastri definitely will look forward to win a race there. But Lando Norris, who has only just won one race in Formula 1, will be even looking to double his tally with the second race win. But I am now interested to see what McLaren do here, because if Norris wins, Piastri will say like, guys, you screwed me up. I was the first driver. I should have been given the preferred, as Verstappen has been said to box. Verstappen should be in the pits now. But yeah, I was saying Piastri will say like, guys, see, I'm the leading driver. I should get the preferred strategy. So why do you pit Norris before me, and you keep me out for even an extra lap? So I don't understand. And if McLaren says their drivers to swap positions, it will be unfair to Norris, because he has done all the good work so that he can maximize the results from Piastri's mistakes. So yeah, definitely McLaren have found themselves in a quite awkward situation here, as here is Max Verstappen into the pits for a set of medium tires. 2.3 seconds, good stop there, no issues from the Red Bull crew, as there are never. And Max Verstappen comes out of the pits 6 seconds behind Charles Leclerc and 2 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. So if Max Verstappen wants to be on the podium on this race, he will need to gain almost 8 seconds in a span of 20 laps with, I would say, 10 lap younger tires. It's possible, but it's a hell of a job here on this track, where it's very hard to overtake, as Sergio Perez sets the fastest lap of the race. I don't know why, but I'm pretty quite impressed with Sergio Perez today. The kind of pace this boy has been showing. At the start of the stream, if you guys might have tuned in from the very beginning, I slandered Perez quite a lot at the start. I was saying like he is not doing a great job, and even the likes of Isaac Hadjar, who is in Formula 2, will do better in his races. But quite good there from Sergio Perez. Now I start thinking, if Perez might not have crashed, he might have even been able to get into the top 5 as well. So Perez consistently need to get these performances in and keep his Red Bull future safe, because we all know that Max is more than enough capable to lift Red Bull on his own shoulders. But still, he will need some sorts of support, when the McLaren are definitely the fastest car on the field as compared to the Red Bull. So yeah, Red Bull don't need a driver of the caliber of, let's say, for example, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. No disrespect to Perez here, but Red Bull don't need a driver of caliber of Russell and Verstappen, Norris, all the good guys out there. They just need a solid driver who just doesn't challenge Max, because we all know Red Bull is Max's team, and he won't like to be beaten at Red Bull. So yeah, we all know the saga from 2022 and even 2023 when PS Radio. Wait, just a minute. Okay, So McLaren are saying that Oscar, you need to get sorry, Oscar, you need to get as close as to Norris as possible. Oh, that's interesting. Now I'm getting more excited. So what McLaren are saying to Oscar Piastri is get as much close to Lando Norris as possible, and when you are within like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds, we will swap the positions, because if McLaren go and swap the positions at the moment, there's Lewis Hamilton just 6 seconds behind. We all know 6 seconds is a huge gap, but still McLaren are even more worried about Max Verstappen, who is absolutely flying a second faster than Norris and Piastri on the last lap. So yeah, McLaren has said Oscar Piastri to get as close to Norris as possible, and they will swap positions and give him the lead. So I would say that's a sensible decision from Red Bull, because or else it will be technically said that McLaren themselves robbed their driver of a race victory, which he totally deserved, to be honest. Last lap, Norris was 2 tenths slower than Piastri, so Piastri definitely picking up the pace here. But picking up the pace here is Max Emilian Verstappen. When he came out of the pits, he was 6 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. In a span of 2 laps, he's 2 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. So Max Verstappen absolutely attacking every corner, every centimeter of the track, and I would say the race win is still quite far away from Max, but maybe a podium place is possible, and we'll be looking for damage limitations in both the championships, because at the moment, if the things stay as it is, Max's championship lead will come down by 15 points, which is quite a lot of dent, and Max Verstappen won't like this to happen. So Max Verstappen trying to drive as fast as possible, getting as close to the podium as possible, so that at least it's damage limitation at a track where McLaren are clearly the two fastest drivers. So the best results for anyone else on track at the moment is currently a third position. So Max Verstappen absolutely looking to maximize everything and get today. As here is Lewis Hamilton, who has been struggling throughout this whole race, has had great pace, but noise video. Okay, Norris has been said to save tires in a few corners where the team thinks that he is degrading them quite a lot. So, but guys, what I think here is, if McLaren say Norris to swap the position, that's a point. I think they will say him. Will he swap the position? That's the main issue, because I don't think Norris would like to lose a race when he will just convince the team after the race, oh, that I didn't listen to the radio or something like that. But Norris at the moment will definitely like to ignore the McLaren's radios and say, let me drive on my own, I know what I'm doing. So yeah, let's see what McLaren does here, let's see what Norris does here, let's see what Oscar Piastri does here. There is no race going on track at the moment, but there is a lot of strategic races going in the minds of a lot of McLaren's fans and Piastri and Norris at the moment. Verstappen radio. Oh my god, Max Verstappen is absolutely fuming. So Verstappen's team radio engineer Gianpaolo Lambiase came out of the radio and said, Max, that you are driving quite fast, and see, in Formula 1 there's a simple rule for the tires that when you come out of the pits on a set of new tires, you need to slowly and gently bring the tires up to temperature so that they can last for longer. But Max Verstappen, as soon as he pitted, he has been absolutely trying to get the absolute maximum from those tires. So Verstappen's radio engineer has been saying, well, Max, you're driving too fast, you need to drive a bit slow. And Max Verstappen is almost fuming and saying that you guys have ruined my race, and what do you expect else from me? So like, driving in anger at the moment is Max Verstappen under that helmet, and let's see if he can finish on the podium will be good, or if he is not able to finish on the podium, there is going to be a long debris at the Red Bull garage today. In the meantime, thank you very much everyone who tuned in. Please don't forget to like the stream, subscribe the channel, all that good stuff. It really helps and motivates me a lot. So yeah, 15 laps to go now. The time is not passing quite quickly as much as I hoped, because one of the most boring races of the season. Though we might see a new winner in the face of Oscar Piastri, who is losing quite a lot of time behind Lando Norris at the moment. But still, not a lot of on-track action, not a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing and that stuff. As here is Max Verstappen with DRS trying to attack Charles Leclerc. Let's see if he can get the move done this lap round. Verstappen goes round the outside, now round the inside, but Leclerc has that covered, and the second dose of DRS Down up to the run to turn 2, Max Verstappen has DRS, is gaining, but is a car length shorter from Charles Leclerc. And now this second sector of the track is almost impossible to overtake. So Verstappen will try to stay close, as close to Leclerc as possible, and overtake on the next lap round. Here is Leclerc, Verstappen. Oh, no, studio. Oh, that's interesting now. So McLaren are saying Lando Norris to conserve his tires, and by conserving his tires, what will happen is, in tire conservation, you don't attack the corners fully, you don't attack the straights fully. So this will in turn give an opportunity to Oscar Piastri to slowly but steadily crawl up to the back of Lando Norris, and the McLaren will then give team orders and will swap the cars. But Lando Norris is saying, look guys, it was my call to pit first, why didn't Oscar pit first? It's not my problem. Like, he's not saying directly, but we can understand from his tone that he's not absolutely willing to give up the position to land Oscar Piastri. 15 laps to go in this race. It will be interesting to see if Norris gives the place to Piastri, because if it doesn't, then definitely there might be a lot of tensions down in that McLaren garage. As here is Max Verstappen again looking to overtake Charles Leclerc, but I think it was his fourth unsuccessful attempt. This Red Bull is surely quick, as George Russell sets the fastest lap of the race, and will be looking to overtake Sergio Perez to move up into 7th place. And to be fair, Sergio is doing a great job today. I mean he's still 30 seconds behind his teammate at the moment, 25 seconds, but still within 2 places of Max Verstappen, even after starting from such a lower grid position, whereas Max started the race from P3. So great job there from Checo, and he needs to perform at this level at least, so that he can convince Red Bull that he is the driver worthy of that seat, and Red Bull have signed in for 2 more years. As here is Charles Leclerc, who is looking at the mirrors and in front as well, with Lewis Hamilton 1.5 seconds ahead of him, and Max Verstappen almost pushing Charles Leclerc through the final corner. 3 tenths is a gap. Leclerc does not have DRS, Verstappen does. Gap is 2.5 tenths. Verstappen is gaining, but Leclerc covers the inside. Verstappen goes to the inside, late braking from Verstappen. Leclerc goes for a switcheroo, but Verstappen has a better exit with DRS, and Max Verstappen moves past Charles Leclerc and moves up into P4. So finally this move has been coming for a lot of laps, and now Charles Leclerc has been overtaken and Max Verstappen moves up into P4. So the next driver on the Dutchman's list will be Lewis Hamilton, who is currently running in P3. Now radio. Oh my god, it's boiling up at McLaren. It's boiling, absolutely boiling at McLaren. After each and every lap, McLaren's Norris's engineer Will Joseph is coming on the radio and saying that, Lando, please listen. We want you to conserve the tires and don't push, please. We don't want you to push the tires, because technically what McLaren are doing here is they want to swap their cars, and so that Piastri is able to win the race, which I would say is quite fair, to be honest, because it's McLaren's fault that Piastri hasn't won, rather than compared to Piastri's fault, because he has been driving absolutely flawless today, except a couple of mistakes. But yeah, McLaren and especially Norris has been said multiple times now, please Lando, slow down, we want Oscar to pass you, but Norris is giving just no response on the radio. McLaren are saying, and Norris is giving absolutely no response. So tensions are cooking up at McLaren, and in the first sector again Norris is pushing and is 10.5 faster than Oscar Piastri. I don't think Lando Norris is giving up this race win. Absolutely no. I think noise video. Just a second. No, again as I'm saying, Lando Norris's engineer comes onto the radio and says, look Lando, we are struggling on tire wear, please slow down and let Oscar through. But Lando again is having none of it and is absolutely not even giving any response to McLaren. So that's quite savage from Lando Norris. Lap 59 out of 70, 12 laps to go in this Hungarian Grand Prix. It's Lando Norris who is the leader of the race. Oscar Piastri is currently P2. But because of his strategic blunder from McLaren, Oscar Piastri is in this position currently, or else for the most part of the first two stints, it was Oscar Piastri who was comfortably leading the race out at front. But McLaren, with a strategic blunder, have cost Piastri, at least for the moment, the lead of the race. And for the last approximately 8 to 9 laps, they have been on the radio to Lando Norris and saying, Lando, look, listen, please slow down, please slow down. And Lando is not even giving any response to the team, so it's quite tasty down at McLaren. Let's see what he does. Noise video. Again. Ha! Again. So like, see what exactly the words of Norris's engineer has. Please conserve your tires into turn 4 and turn 11. On the next lap, Norris's engineers comes on the radio and says, please conserve the tires, turn 4 and turn 11. On the next lap, he again comes and says, turns 4, turn 11. And now he's saying, it's getting boring, please conserve your tires. But Lando Norris is not even giving a damn to the team and is pushing out in front. Current gap between Norris and Piastri, 4.1 seconds. Current gap between Piastri and Hamilton is 9 seconds. So definitely McLaren have a buffer that they can switch the drivers and not lose the other driver position. But I don't think Lando Norris is at all interested to give up his race win, because guys, come on, he's also just won once in Formula 1, so he would like to win and double his tally for the moment. And Oscar Piastri, who has not won even a single time, would like to win for the first time. So it's absolutely boiling up at McLaren. Nothing much on the track. We can just see now Hamilton and Verstappen again for the 50th time this race. Verstappen trying to overtake Hamilton, but he is unable to do so. 10 laps to go for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Norris leading, Piastri second. McLaren saying Norris should slow down. Norris isn't slowing down, and Piastri is obeying team orders and conserving his tires. So yeah, definitely a lot of tension at the McLaren garage at the moment. But there will be even more tensions if Norris doesn't follow the radio. If on the last corner Norris is like, okay Piastri, you can go, I will have a shot at you at another race, it's fine. But at the moment Norris is giving none of it of McLaren and is absolutely pushing out at front. So quite interesting to see what McLaren do here, because it's at last it's in the hand of drivers, right? The teams can just give orders to not to let another driver by or to slow down. But at the moment, at the end, they can't control the race. They can't control the driver. It's the driver who drives the car. So McLaren trying their absolute best to convince Norris to let Piastri by, and Norris is like, oh guys, chill, I'm winning it. Oh, it's now getting more and more tense with McLaren. So now, it's quite interesting. So now, I'm now even losing my words because it's getting much more exciting. Norris's engineer Will Joseph is coming on the radio and saying both the drivers okay, so McLaren are saying Norris to just slow down and are saying to remember, we have a lot of meetings this year on Sundays. That is, they are saying him that we are going to have a lot of debris. So please let Oscar by, and yeah, you need to remember that you are having to face the team a lot of time this season. But and then Norris on the radio saying, tell Oscar to catch up and I'm let him by. But if he doesn't catch up, I'm not going to let him by. That's clear as that. So yeah, Oscar Piastri is currently struggling to catch up Lando Norris. Don't know why, but he was absolutely flying in the first two stints. Is unable to catch up to Norris in the final stint. Maybe Norris pushing a bit more as compared to Piastri, as here we see Hamilton Verstappen for I think 7th or 8th time this race. Max Verstappen with DRS trying to overtake Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton placing car in the absolute perfect positions where he needs to. Verstappen has DRS for the second straight now. Around the outside, wheel to turn to Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton just about gives Max Verstappen enough room, and there's dust on the track, and Max Verstappen has to bail out of it, and Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen hold positions at the moment. Talking about Charles Leclerc, he boxed and went on the set of medium tires, which is not paying dividends for Ferrari at the moment, because Ferrari are like almost 5 seconds behind Max Verstappen now. So a sum of the race of what's coming in the current pace: Norris 21.7, Verstappen 21.8, Piastri 22.0, and Hamilton 22.3. So Verstappen is almost 6 tenths faster than Lewis Hamilton, but is still unable to overtake Lewis Hamilton. So quite frustrating a race for Max Verstappen today. For most part of the race today, Verstappen has been seeing the rear end of Lewis Hamilton and might have just got bored of seeing that Ineos logo all the time. And now Verstappen is saying, like as I said, Hamilton was just a bit more aggressive, pushed Max wide, and Max is saying, should Lewis leave a car with its, should Lewis have left a car with? It was unfair. But we all know who is talking here. Max Verstappen, who is the king of unfairity here, who does not give even a... Oh! Max Verstappen, oh, they crash! Verstappen and Hamilton touch! Max Verstappen looking to overtake Lewis Hamilton, and they touch wheels. Max Verstappen now drops down to P5. Might even lose out to Carlos Sainz, but Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, tension had been building for the past few laps, and now they touch. Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen again have came together. Lewis Hamilton getting away from it. Max Verstappen has dropped down to P5 now. I would like to take a look at the replay again, because I was just busy looking at the timing screens, and then I saw, oh, Verstappen is dropping off. Let's see what happened. Noise radio. Oh my god. Now on the radio, Norris has been said, Norris, you have proved that you are quicker. Oscar can't catch you, now let him go. And Norris is saying, no, he is a much quicker child. He has to catch me up. That's quite a lot of tensions going on at McLaren at the moment. Is Hamilton's front wing okay? Is Hamilton's front wing okay? That's the, yeah. Hamilton's front wing is all okay. Hamilton's car is okay. Verstappen's car is okay. But Verstappen has lost crucial 6 to 7 seconds in the collision with Lewis Hamilton. And now I would love to, and I think you all will love to see a look at the replay here. Okay, there you go. DRS open. There's traffic. Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen. Verstappen looking to overtake. Oh, that's Verstappen's fault. That's day in, day out Verstappen's fault. Verstappen looking to overtake Hamilton there. Went for a cheeky little dive bomb. It wasn't his corner. And Lewis Hamilton thought it was his corner. He turned into the right. Max Verstappen was there. Right front to left rear of Hamilton radio. That's quite dangerous driving for Max Verstappen there. Left rear, right front tire crash of Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen there. No damage done for both the drivers. No damage reported. Verstappen radio. Verstappen is saying that Hamilton moved out of the braking, and now this radio drama will keep going on and on and on, because we all know these drivers love to complain a lot, all the drivers. But see what happened. I will give you a rundown, because you can't see on the screens if you are not able to see what happened. Into turn 1, it's a right-hander. Lewis Hamilton was on the outside, Max Verstappen was the inside, but Lewis Hamilton was quite a long way ahead of Max Verstappen. Then Max Verstappen, out of nowhere, tries to go for a dive bomb, and Lewis Hamilton thought that he has covered up Max Verstappen there, so Verstappen goes for a dive bomb. Lewis thinks Hamilton is not there. Lewis then tries to cover off Max Verstappen, turns to the right, but boom, there is Max Verstappen. So the tires collide. Max Verstappen's car even jumps into the air, but no damage done there. Lewis Hamilton keeps his third place, which is like almost sealed down, because Charles Leclerc doesn't have the pace at the moment. And Max Verstappen, who has dropped down to 5th place now, is currently 5 seconds behind. Max Verstappen is currently 5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, and a driver between them, Charles Leclerc. So I think the chance for Max Verstappen is almost over. Still 6 laps to go. Let's see what happens now. Okay, there you go. Here's Max Verstappen. Where is he running? He's running in P5. 1.7 seconds behind Charles Leclerc and 1 second ahead of Carlos Sainz. So Max Verstappen currently running in a Ferrari sandwich, which is not, he would have expected a lap earlier. He would have thought, okay, I would have easily overtaken Hamilton for that podium place, but Hamilton had none of it. He thought it was his corner. Verstappen thinks it's his corner, and a lot of radio chatter going on out there. But in this whole scenario, a thing which we have missed is the McLaren saga. Norris is still not letting Piastri by, which is an absolute disgrace of team orders, because Norris has been said multiple times on the radio that let Oscar through, let Oscar through. But Norris is saying if he catches up to me, I will let him by, or else I don't let him by. So that's an absolute disgrace of team orders there from Lando Norris. Now let's see if we okay, Norris radio again. Okay, now there's a lot of blackmailing going on the radio. Norris has been now said, okay, Lando Norris, you cannot win the championship on your own. You need the team, you need Oscar, to win the championship. And Lando Norris says in the comments, yes, you're right, mate. See, we all know Norris deserves this win as much as Oscar does, but I will. Piastri, as Piastri is saying, the longer we leave it, the riskier it gets. But yeah, as I was saying, Piastri hasn't put a foot wrong today. It was on McLaren who went for an absolute weirdest of the strategy of the world, pitted Norris earlier as compared to Piastri, and have found themselves in such a situation where Norris has been said for a lot of laps that please let Oscar through, but Norris is saying I won't let Oscar through unless and until he catches up to me. So interesting scenario down at the McLaren there. Let's see how it pans out, as we have 4 laps left in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Lando Norris is the leader of the race. Should he keep the lead of the race? I would say no. Does he deserve the win? He deserves it, but the scenarios that are at the moment he does not deserve, because I would say it's Oscar's win that was taken away from Norris, from him, and given to the Norris. So yeah, let's focus further down. It's Lewis Hamilton, 15 seconds adrift of McLaren, so no threat there from the McLaren boys, as Lewis Hamilton, who for the major part of the race was under pressure from Max Verstappen, but in the past few laps they had some tense battles, and at last they crashed, which caused Max Verstappen not any damage but lost some few places. Then Charles Leclerc started 6th, will be happy with 4th position. I think it's the best he could have got. Max Verstappen out after the race will be absolutely fuming and will be having a chat with Lewis Hamilton about what happened. Then it's Carlos Sainz in 7th, Perez, who started the race from P16, and if he might have not scored point today, I think his career might have been absolutely done. But Perez had the charge of the field from P16 to P7, a great dive from Perez. Then it's George Russell, who started just a place behind Sergio Perez and still is a place behind Sergio Perez, but is trying to chase Sergio Perez as we have 3 laps to go. Gap between Perez and Russell 2.6. Then it's Yuki Tsunoda, started 9th, currently 9th, no positions gained there. Then it's Lance Stroll in 10th, Fernando Alonso 11th, Daniel Ricciardo, who started the race in P9, I think might have, okay, there you go. Lando Norris, let's part Oscar. Okay, there you go. Finally, Lando Norris lets Oscar Piastri by, and Oscar Piastri now leads the Hungarian Grand Prix. I would say it's a good sportsman gesture from Lando Norris, letting his teammate by where he has the best chance of winning the race. But good gesture then from Lando Norris. Appreciate it and keep it up, Lando. Good job. But as I was saying, Daniel Ricciardo, who is currently running P12, started P9. I think he might have had some issues in the pit stops or something like that. It's Hülkenberg 13th, Albon 14th, Magnussen 15th, then Bottas, Sargent, Zhou, Ocon, and Gasly is the only driver who has currently retired. And as things stands, it will be Verstappen scoring 10 points, Norris scoring 18 points, and the gap between in the championship will come down by 8 points. So going into the summer break, we have still one more race to go, but the gap is slowly and steadily coming down in the World Championships for Red Bull and Max Verstappen. Verstappen scoring 10 points, Norris scoring 18. So 8 points gained there for McLaren in the drivers. And in the constructors, McLaren are scoring 43 points. And on the other side, Red Bull are scoring just 16 points. So almost 27 points gained for McLaren there. So definitely some work to do there from the Red Bull crew, so that they can keep up a hand on the championship here. As lap 16 out of 70, Lando Norris is almost all over the back of Oscar Piastri here. Now I would love to see what Norris does here. Norris will say, okay guys, see, I have given the position, now we can race, right? So should I go and overtake him, or should I hold position? Let's see, 1.5 lap to go here. Oscar Piastri, who has been leading the race for the most of the first 2 stints. Then on the final stint, McLaren made a strategic blunder which cost Oscar Piastri the race lead. Then this have been convincing Lando Norris for the past 10 or so laps to just give the position back to Oscar Piastri, and finally, after so much convincing, here we are. Lando Norris giving the place back to Oscar Piastri, and we are just about to begin the final lap of this race. In the meantime, thank you very much everyone who had tuned in. Your support really means a lot to me. So please don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. It really helps and motivates me a lot. As here we see Oscar Piastri crossing the line for one final time and beginning the final lap, the lap 70 of this Hungarian Grand Prix. His teammate Lando Norris is following closely behind him. The man from Melbourne has gathered a lot of praises in the junior categories. Won Formula 3 in the rookie season, won Formula 2 in the rookie season, is only the third driver in the history after Charles Leclerc and George Russell to do so. Was an Alpine reserve driver in 2022, but was not given a seat, and in, we should say, controversial circumstances, made it into Formula 1 in 2023 with McLaren. Back then, McLaren were not as quick as they are. But this kid, sometimes he has been questioned, sometimes he has been not, has kept the nerves calm, composed and cooled. Piastri lost 3 seconds, okay. So as I was saying, this boy has proved his worth, has proved his talent, has gathered a lot of fame through the ranks up to Formula 1, and is now about to gain a fame in Formula 1. Winning a race in Formula 1 is no longer than a big dream. Now, as there we see Oscar Piastri running a bit wide, nerves coming in, I will say. Oscar Piastri rounding up the final 2 corners, and in the last 13 races, he is going to become the 7th race winner in Formula 1. Oscar Piastri, the man from Melbourne, rounds up the final corner and wins in Hungary. Lando Norris crosses the line to make it a McLaren 1-2 after Italy 2021, and Lewis Hamilton, 12 seconds behind, crosses the line and finishes in 3rd position to make it a back-to-back podiums for Mercedes, and it's a 200 career podium for Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc crosses the line in P4. Max Verstappen, who crashed with Lewis Hamilton in the final closing stages, is P5, will be under investigation that if Hamilton gets a penalty or not. It's Sainz in 6th. A great chance from Perez and Russell. They're moving in P7 and P8. Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll are the final of the point scorers. Fernando 11th, Ricciardo 12th. Then it's Hülkenberg and Albon, Magnussen, Bottas, Sargent, Ocon, Zhou and Gasly. But it's Oscar Piastri who is the winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix. His first career win, and boy, what a track to bring a first career win with a 1-2 for the team. Surely the calmest guy on the grid at the moment, but a lot of emotions running through the helmet. Let's hear the radio from Oscar. Wait a second. How can he be so calm, man? Still, on the radio, Oscar Piastri is coming and saying, "Yeah, good job, team. Thank you for the swap. I made it a little bit difficult at the end, but thank you for the swap. First race win. Thank you very much." So oh my god, this kid is so calm on the radio. I mean, it's commendable. And Lando Norris saying, "Good job, team. Great number of points." And Norris's race engineer Will Joseph saying, "There will be many more opportunities this season, Lando. Great teamwork there. 1-2 for the team. The maximum amount of points, and the gap in the constructor standings is down by 27 points now. McLaren are now starting to make huge inroads over Red Bull. A weekend where Red Bull were not at their best. Verstappen is 5th and Perez is 7th. And on the other side, Piastri and Norris maximizing the results for McLaren there. So absolute great weekend for McLaren, getting the front row lockout, now getting a 1-2. Great weekend for McLaren, great weekend for Piastri, who wins his first Formula 1 race. Okay, so Lando Norris is saying in the comments that at the start Norris was said that they are free to race, but at the end they were said to swap the positions. Norris is dropped, so see. Now this gets a bit more controversial because Norris in the final stint was definitely much more quick. Like when the pit stops happened, the gap between Norris and Piastri was 3 seconds, and at a stage the gap was 6 seconds. So Norris was definitely quicker. But how was Norris in that position was McLaren. I don't know what they thought in this on this earth they thought, and pitted Norris before Piastri, which got Piastri in the track position, and we all know track position around here is key. So definitely a bit harsh on Norris, but I would say it was a deserving win for Piastri. A great job from Norris. He cooperated with the team. 1-2 for McLaren. Podium for Lewis Hamilton. Not a great race overtaking wise, but still I will rate it a 3-star because there was at least some action, and it was not absolutely bare bones like Monaco or something like that. So yeah, great race. Thank you for all the support, all the subscriptions, all the likes. It really means a lot to me. We have gained, I think, 5 subscribers in the stream, which is absolutely mind blowing. So yeah, thank you for all the support. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, so that you never miss any upcoming live streams on this channel. And yeah, that's it for this weekend. I'll go and have some food now. It's currently 8:15 p.m. in India here where I live. So my family has been waiting for me. I will go and have some food just at the outro of 30 minutes, which is the tradition on this channel. In the meantime, if anyone tunes in or has tuned in, good race. I think it's the first time I have commentated the whole race, because last race I started the commentary, but it was Hamilton was winning, so I was not able to control my emotions and stop the commentary mid race, but done the commentary whole of this race. So yeah, thank you for all the support, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as I said, I am planting a tree for every 100 subscribers I am gaining. So it's an initiative like we gain subscribers and we give a part contribution to the nature as well. So be sure to subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any upcoming live streams. Next live stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the final race before the summer break at Belgium. Then we go on for the summer break and the Formula 1 season continues, and so does the live stream. So thank you once again for the support. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And first Grand Prix we handed to him on a plate. Yeah, Nando Norris, I will say a bit more favored, but I would say if we look at the whole race and the whole weekend, it was deserving. He overtook Norris at the start. He was comfortably leading in first and second stint. Lost a bit of time because of the traffic and all that stuff, but deserving win, which was handed to him, should be said. But I will say absolutely deserving win there for Oscar Piastri, and quite happy for that man from Melbourne. So yeah, as I said, thank you for all the support. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys for the race at Belgium, the final race before the summer break, before we go on a 4-week break, and then we continue our season at Spa, so at Netherlands, sorry. So thank you very much for all the support, and I will see you guys in the meantime. I will be in an hour or so I'll be posting the race results video. Then I'll be posting the race predictions, driver predictions, qualifying predictions, race predictions, and what else, driver standings, constructor standings for Hungary, so for Belgium. So be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the contents, and also practice results, qualifying results, so a complete one-stop solution for all your Formula 1 needs. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, as we have qualifying predictions, race predictions, qualifying results, race results, practice results, driver standings before race, constructor standings before race, season predictions, and the live streams for the practice, the qualifying, and the race. And even I'm now looking forward to making videos for some like special occasions, like for example, let's say there has been a contract signed, or there has been some news in the world of Formula 1. I'm looking forward to making a videos on that as well. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, increase one subscriber, increase there. Thank you for all the support. So yeah, thank you for the support, all the support throughout the stream, throughout whole of my journey. We'll try to improve my content as much as possible, and just hope to get support from you guys. So Piastri winning his first Formula 1 race, Lando Norris is second, Lewis Hamilton getting his 200 Formula 1 career podium, Charles Leclerc will be happy with P4, Max Verstappen, who will not be happy with P5, because looking at the results we see Verstappen P5, but Verstappen was very much let down by his team in both the stints. In the first stint, the team kept Max Verstappen out for a long time, which caused him to lose a lot of positions, a lot of time, to be said, not positions, lot of time behind Lewis Hamilton. Then he finally caught up to Lewis, was unable to overtake, but then again Mercedes and Ferrari pitted, and Max Verstappen was again undercutted. But then he overtook Leclerc, was looking to overtake Hamilton, but alas, Hamilton Verstappen crashing. It's an iconic scene, right? No damages done there, but Max Verstappen lost a couple of places, is fifth. And as we see, Head Chauhan, thank you for the appreciation, mate. Nice stream, it really means a lot to me. All the words of appreciation are like a race win for me, literally, because I'm new in this world of commentating even while watching the race. So will take some time, but I will say by the time of next year we will be the best Formula 1 community out there. So I was on the stream since long, really enjoyed. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the praise, I know, but literally I myself know my commentary is not the best, because at least I stutter somewhere, because I'm trying to give a lot of informations in a very few span of time. So yeah, we'll try to improve as much as possible, and I'm sure by the time we begin next season we will be the best community on YouTube out there. So yeah, I won't be able to do it without all your supports. Thank you for all the support, it really means a lot to me. But yeah, the race rundown: Verstappen Hamilton crashing, Verstappen P5, Hamilton getting his 200th Formula 1 podium, which is absolutely mind blowing. Then it's Sainz in P6, Sergio Perez, who had a great charge through the field. As I said throughout the stream, I thought it will be an absolute awful race of Perez being stuck in P15 or P14 for the whole race, but he made moves left, right and center. Starting P16, I think he gained 9 positions, yeah. Moving up to P7, great race there from Perez. Russell also gaining 9 positions starting P17. In P8, Yuki Tsunoda started 9th, scoring some valuable points for the RB team. And the final point scorer is Lance Stroll, who again is ahead of Fernando Alonso. I don't know what's going on in that Aston Martin garage, but Fernando Alonso has been beaten quite a lot by Lance Stroll there. Then in the bottom half, we have Alonso, Ricardo, Hülkenberg, Albon, Magnussen, Bottas, Sargent, Ocon, Zhou, and Gasly was the only retiree of the race. Lando one win being okay. There is a comment from David Mint. Lando one win being the most unlikely driver. See, okay, let's listen to Oscar's interview, then we'll continue our chat. Oscar saying it's a dream come true. Yeah, this boy is absolutely happy. We can see the happiness on his face there. He's thanking McLaren, everyone back at the factory, and thanking every Lando to let him by. He's appreciating the car now. The car is fast in wet conditions, dry conditions, slow corners, medium corners, fast corners, the straights. The car is absolutely rapid, is saying Oscar Piastri. Oscar saying he doesn't know the last 1-2. For you guys, the last McLaren 1-2 was at Monza 2022, where Ricciardo won and Norris again was second. Thank you for the subscription there. It really means a lot to me. Interesting question there. Oscar Piastri is being asked that what did you even think that Norris won't let you buy? Piastri said he was a bit nervous, but he thought that he knew that Norris will let him buy. So yeah, great teamwork there for McLaren. But as I said, last 1-2 for McLaren was at Monza in 2020, and in that race as well, Norris was robbed of a win, and here in this one, Norris was robbed of a win, and here as well, Norris is robbed of a win. So should be said, 1-2s for McLaren don't go good for Norris. There is a comment from Lando Norris. How is the most unlikable driver handed his teammate his first win? Okay, Oscar Piastri deserves it with his. See guys, what I will say, we are talking about is fine, but to be honest, I will say Lando Norris made it a bit difficult out there, like not letting Oscar buy for a lot of laps. But the end result we can see is that Norris let him buy, right? And he was not like complaining on the radio, guys, I will look you and I will never let Oscar pass again. With his good sportsman spirit, as soon as Lando was out of the car, he went and congratulated Piastri. So great sportsman spirit there from Lando. I absolutely disagree that he is the, what was the exact word, most unlikable driver. No, he's not. At the end, we see he gave the win to Piastri, and was absolutely respectful to the team as well. Was happy in Piastri's win. So definitely great sportsman spirit there from Norris, and we shouldn't say him that he's the most unlikable driver at least. Question from Head Chauhan: Can Oscar win Drivers' Championship? Oh, that's an interesting question. At the moment, no, because he's quite a long way adrift of Max Verstappen. And to be honest, Oscar is a good talent. We all know he's a great talent and upcoming Formula 1 superstar. But Lando Norris has been in this business for the last 5 to 6 seasons. So he's better poised in the championship as well, a bit much closer to Verstappen than Piastri is. And see, as I said, Piastri is a great driver, but Norris at the moment just has the edge over him in most of the races. Some races Piastri can beat Norris, but on a general term, we can say that Piastri just lacks that few tenth and a half from Lando Norris. But surely championship worthy material. Maybe not this season because McLaren are quite a long way behind Red Bull, but maybe next season where the slates are all up to zero, all drivers start on zero, and if McLaren are able to keep up this pace, surely we can see a great battle for the championship between Piastri and Norris. Because see, what the case has been throughout this whole season is Verstappen has been covering the cracks of Red Bull. Like, we all know that Red Bull is nowhere near as quick as Verstappen is putting it. Like, see, Verstappen has been winning left, right and center. For the past 2 races, Verstappen did not even win the race, but still was able to extend the championship lead. So Verstappen has been doing his best to cover the cracks of Red Bull, but still he's a man at the moment, at the end, right? So he can't lift the whole team on his own shoulders. Red Bull definitely need to bring some upgrades ASAP. They have brought upgrades this season. If you guys might have seen the cars properly at the start of the season, Red Bull had a big shoulder, like on the wait, I will show you guys because it is quite interesting. Red Bull have brought a major upgrade this weekend, so I will show you guys, just a minute. It's Hungary, right? Hungary upgrade. Just give me a minute. Images. Yeah, there you go. I will just save it for you guys. Save image. We can go make it qualifying. We can go yes, and let's. There will be the image on your screen, I will say. Just a second. Wait, let's go to here. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. You can see on the screen now. This is just a simple comparison of what I'm saying. The Red Bull have brought upgrades this weekend. On the above picture, you can see where the Red Bull has a kind of hump. I don't exactly know what they call it technically, but I say it the horns of the bull because they literally looks quite dangerous. Let me just set the timer. Thanks for watching. Yeah. See, there's a question again. Max Verstappen is the strong contender for Drivers' Championship. Yes, you're absolutely right, Head Chauhan. But see, what I was telling you guys is, you can clearly see there is a visible difference on the top of the bottom picture. The picture on the top half is the old spec Red Bull which Perez is running this weekend, and the picture on the lower half is the new spec Red Bull which Verstappen is running this weekend. So clearly we can see Red Bull even know that the current state of the car is not enough to win the championship. So it's quite a major upgrade, right? Because see, minor upgrades are like front wing flaps and some rear wing end plate changes or flow changes, but changing the whole bodywork is quite a massive change. So Red Bull also know the challenge they are facing from McLaren. So yeah, but as I said, Verstappen won't be able to carry the whole team on his own and will need support from Perez as well as from the engineers as well to deliver him a great car. So yeah, championship is getting much more tastier. Just let's take a run through the championship at the moment so that we have a much clearer idea of what's going on in Formula 1. We can go to is the championship updated? 265, 189. I don't think it's updated still now, but yeah. Let's calculate 264. I think it's updated, right? Yeah. See, at the moment, the gap out at front between Verstappen and Norris is 70 points, 75 points. 75 points is like 10 race wins. Like if Norris wins 10 races and Verstappen is P2 in all those 10 races, he will be able to seal the championship. But let's be realistic. At the moment, McLaren are the quickest car, Mercedes are there or thereabout, Ferrari are out of contention at the moment, but surely McLaren are the quickest car at the moment. So these 70 points is almost next to nothing, because see, let's imagine if Norris wins a race, Piastri is P2 with the speed of the McLaren, and Hamilton, Verstappen again finishes P4 or P5 or something like that. So it will then be absolutely chaos in the Red Bull garage, because the championship lead will be now less than 50 points, and it's Formula 1. There can be mechanical failures anywhere. If Verstappen has a failure, if Norris wins, championship back on. So definitely Verstappen and Red Bull needs to bring some upgrades as soon as possible to be able to keep up the lead in the drivers championship, or else McLaren are approaching very fast. And when I say very fast, they are all over the back of Red Bull at the moment, in the drivers, in the constructors. So yeah, let's take a look at the constructor standings. Is it updated? Yeah, it's updated. McLaren 338 points, Red Bull 389 points. There you go. The championship is definitely on in the constructors. The drivers, I will say Verstappen still had a huge advantage, but in the constructors, what's the gap? 51 points is the gap. 51 points in a span of 11 races. Come on, guys. Just 5 points per race, and we all know Verstappen is great, but Perez is not working wonders for Red Bull. So the championship in the constructor standings is definitely heating up to the absolute maximum. The drivers is still quite in the favor of Verstappen at the moment. It's not slam dunk Verstappen's championship, but at the moment we can say it's advantage Verstappen, like 70% advantage Verstappen, 60%, 30% to the Norris guy. But in the constructors, I would say it's advantage McLaren, because two great drivers, definitely the fastest car, and Red Bull definitely not one of the quickest car. And to be honest, they are the third quickest car even in some races when Mercedes turn up. So it will be hard for Verstappen for himself to be able to defend the championship lead. So be sure to tune in in the upcoming races, as well as the championship is heating up. Finally, after a long wait of more than 2.5 years, we are witnessing a championship battle. Though not in the driver standings, it's not as intense, but in the constructors is definitely on. And if we might see some 2 or 3 races like this, like today's, where Verstappen is not on the podium, but if Norris might have won today's race, the championship lead would have been even lower to 65 points. So yeah, championship is definitely getting much more tighter and tighter from here, and all the teams and drivers need to be at their absolute maximum, especially the likes of Norris, McLaren, Red Bull and Max. So yeah, championship heating up. The Formula 1 season is being an absolute treat. So that's it. I was about to end the stream 10 minutes earlier, but it's love for Formula 1. I can just keep on speaking forever about Formula 1 and the championships and all the scenarios and all that stuff. Oh, as I said, I can speak forever, but I need to go for eating my food, because my family has been waiting for a lot of time. So yeah, thank you for all the support. Gaining 7 subscribers is a huge achievement for me. Thank you very much for all the support throughout the stream. It really means a lot to me. 1500 views, 7 subscribers, 10 likes. It's quite incredible. So yeah, thank you for all the support. I will see you guys for the Belgian Grand Prix in 5 weeks time, on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, before Formula 1 heads into the summer break. So yeah, thank you for all the support. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As I said, I am planting a tree for every 100 subscribers gained. 88 subscribers away from planting one more tree. So yeah, thank you for the support. It's Oscar Piastri who is the winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix, taking his first career win. It's Oscar Piastri, the winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix, taking his first career win. Lando Norris is P2 and Lewis Hamilton P3, picking up his 200th Formula 1 career podium. The driver standings, the drivers championship is heating up. The constructors championship is heating up. Be sure to tune in next week when Formula 1 heads to Belgium for round 14 of this 2024 Formula 1 season. Till that time, have a great day ahead.